So the All Blacks have announced their lineup for the first match up against Argentina. Not many surprises across this 23-man side, but in this video we'll be looking through at the team, seeing who missed out and who are a couple of the key players to watch out for heading into this contest. But jumping straight into it, the front row I feel like almost picked itself. Ethan de Groot number 1, Cody Taylor number 2, and Fletcher Null slotting in as the 3. No Tyrell Lomax due to his injury, so Null was that next guy who was expected to go in, and that is exactly what the ABs have done. Scott Barrett returns in the number 4 jersey. He will also be captain for this fixture. It seems like that calf muscle is 100%, and I hope that is the way that it stays right throughout this Rugby Championship. Him and Fabian Holland in the first couple matches up against the French to build quite a nice pairing, and that is exactly why they've gone with Holland as the number 5. Played 240 minutes throughout that French series, was one of the standout players, and has got potential of doing the same thing throughout this Rugby Championship comp. In the loose forward trio, it will be Tupavai slotting in as the number 6. He does return from his concussion that left him out of the third match up against France. Duplessis Karefi at 7, and number 8, Artie Savian. He will be one of the 2 vice-captains that the All Blacks have, but that Duplessis Karefi at 7 with Savia at 8 combo is something that we did see for Test Match number 3 up against the French. That was due to the late change of Luke Jacobson being unavailable, but there were big questions all throughout this week. Were they willing to put Savia back in that number 8 jersey, or did they have substantial cover? But the answer is they're going back to Savia as an 8, and Duplessis Karefi gets another start. At number 7, Cortez Ratama and Beauden Barrett are the 19 combo. Once again, exactly what most people expected for this side. Ratama coming in as, at this point in time, the first choice halfback, mainly because he was the last man standing from that original squad. Beauden Barrett, he did extremely well throughout that French series, and this combination with Ratama, we haven't seen a huge amount of. We'll have to wait and see how it goes there. Geordie Barrett and Billy Proctor, they will be the midfield combination, with Geordie Barrett slotting in as the other vice-captain alongside Artie Savia. Again, combination that a lot of people expected to see for this contest, and the same can be said about this back 3 too. Number 11, Rico Ioane, number 14, Sevu Reece, and number 15, Will Jordan. So he's gone with the 2 experienced heads out on the wing. Of course, Leroy Carter, Amoni Narawa, those type of players were all in the mix, but not for this match up against Argentina. Will Jordan, he's been scoring tries for fun and partners well with Beauden Barrett. So overall, like I said, a pretty stock standard starting 15. And for the first time in a very long time, our Scott Robertson predicted lineup for the starting 15 was actually correct. So that doesn't happen too often at all, which tells you that this lineup, it's a pretty safe one for this first match up against the Argentines. Looking through at the bench, it will be Samasori Taukiaho as the number 16, with Ollie Norris and Basilio Tosi as the replacement props. Patrick Tuipulotu coming in as the number 19. He will add a bit of late impact for the ABs, with Samapeni Finau as the number 20. Now that one, to me, is probably the most surprising choice in this All Black side. But then when you think about it, with Wallace Satiti injured, and also with Peter Larkai and Simon Parker both arriving with the team in Argentina a little bit later due to playing in the NPC, it does make sense as to why they go with the loose forward who was over there from the get-go. Although Simon Parker, a lot of people thought maybe he would get the chance in this matchup, or maybe Peter Larkai because of that versatility. But in this contest, neither of those 2 will get the chance here. Finlay Christie will be the number 21, so going with the experience rather than Kyle Preston. Anton Leonard-Brown at number 22, and then number 23, it is Damien McKenzie. So no Timothy Tavatavanawai for that impact role off the bench that he has been building into. But going back to Leonard-Brown's experience there, so that's probably the key word of this All Black side today. Experience. Not taking too many risks, but the thing is, when you select a side like this, you have to make sure you win, and you have to win comfortably, because or else there will be a lot of criticism about the young players who are in form that maybe could have been selected in this lineup. But overall, it is a strong team. It will be tough for Argentina, but this matchup, the first of the Rugby Championship for the 2 sides, they'd love to get off to a flying start, and it could be a very entertaining match in Buenos Aires for this contest. But nonetheless, I do thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, of course, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and let me know what you think of Scott Robertson's lineup in the comments down below, and I will see you all for the next one.